Hey everybody, welcome back to our channel. Welcome back to another video. So you guys, we're doing a budget update. Let's jump right in. Okay, you guys, it's budget update time. We've had a lot going on in the last couple weeks. It's been about a week and a half since I've done a budget update. Probably not that long, maybe, I don't know. Anyway, we've had a lot happening, a lot going on, a couple moving parts. And so I wanted to update you. So it's gonna be like a threefold update. I'm gonna update you on Google AdSense because that did come in. Thank you guys so much for everybody who watches the videos, everybody who likes the videos, all of your support, all of you who watch the ads. If you're not an ad watcher, thank you for watching the videos. Thank you for clicking like. Thank you for all of the things that you do for our channel. I am going to try to do a few more live videos just because I enjoy doing them and it's less editing. So bless the Lord for that. And I'm gonna try for Friday nights. It just seems like Monday nights or Friday nights work better on my schedule. And I'm actually on a rest break from Daughters of Grace. I take September off from them because I'm on with them every other month. Every month except September. So they give me September off. They won't come to the meetings if I say I'm not taking it off. They want me to rest. And that started a couple years ago. So I am off on Mondays, which is why I've been filming on Mondays. But I go back to Daughters of Grace in October. So what's actually going to happen is Fridays may be a little bit better around 8:30. Maybe people have gotten their families fed. They've gotten everybody in their jammies at least. And they may have a little bit of time to kind of jump on. Not making any promises, but that's what I'm going to push for. It's going to be a goal for October at least. With that being said, prayerfully, some more of the live videos will help to increase or generate some income just because it's an extra video for me to get out. And then after 24 hours, it monetizes itself. Well, I have to go in and do something on the back end, but that does help us. And it seems like some of the live videos get a lot of good feedback. So I'm gonna try if I'm able. We were down in our income a little bit this month from last month, but listen, you guys, when you've come from making zero income to having something come in, you're just blessed. And so we are extremely 100% blessed to be able to say we have anything coming from YouTube. I could not take care of my family to the magnitude that I'm able to at this point in my life were it not for some of the YouTube AdSense and things that come in. It is a total 100% blessing for us to be able to say that we have this income source. So AdSense came in. Child support, the last child support of September has come in. And so I'll talk to you a little bit about that. And then we had an unfortunate event happen yesterday. And when I say unfortunate, it's unfortunate because it does not work into my plan the way I had originally planned for things to go. You guys know I'm working on baby step number 3, but our dryer went out. And when the dryer goes out, you have to have a dryer. That's what my kids have known. A friend of mine, she's like, Shakema, put up a clothesline. My children are not team clothesline, and neither is their mom. So let me just tell you. Now, I have done clothes on the line when I lived in the country when I was a little girl. And I'm not saying that I wouldn't do it again. What I am saying is our schedule and the way things run with my lifestyle and how I'm this place and that place, that's one extra step that I don't have time to do. Take it outside, put it on the line, let it dry, take it back in, fold it up. The clothes are stiff. You know, they have a good outside smell, but they're still stiff. So I don't appreciate stiff clothing because then I have to iron. Listen, ironing is not a part of my, I don't iron. Very rarely do I iron. So I'm not going to start now. So our dryer went out. We thought we had fixed the problem last week. Turns out we did not fix anything because yesterday when I got home, the dryer was not working again. So, and it's not drying inside. So the blessing part of that is that dryer was given to us over, we think 11 years ago, and it was used when we got it. So that dryer has lasted, I would say, at least 12 to 13 years, maybe longer. I don't know. I don't know how long the other person had it. I just know that a friend of ours who knew we needed a dryer said, hey, we have this dryer. We're getting a new one. I know you need one and you're welcome to it. It was a blessing to us. And it has, Alana said yesterday, she said, Mom, this dryer's been everywhere. So it's been to a little apartment We were there 5 years. We went to the other apartment. We were there for a year, and then we've been in our house now 5 years. So that's 11 years we've had it. And so it was a blessing to us, but it had to go because it's no longer working. Again, we cannot be without a dryer. But the best part about that is because we've worked on the baby steps. Of course, I'm diligently working on baby step number 3. I needed a dryer, and I had to take the money from somewhere, and it came out of baby step number 3. I just had the money there. I initially thought, well, I'll take it from the money I'm going to use for Jackson's ER bill, and then once the bill comes, I'll pay what I have left over, and then I'll, send off for the supplemental insurance, and then they'll pay whatever they're going to pay, and then I'll pay the remaining of the bill. But I was like, you know what, Shakema, you've got that money in baby step number 3. Just go ahead and deal with it and be done. And it was, y'all, quickest 10 minutes of my life. We walked into Lowe's. That's where we got our dishwasher from and our wash machine. I thought I was going to be able to get a matching dryer, but we got the washer from the Scratch and Dent, and we paid a significantly low price. And when I went to look at the matching dryer, it was almost $1,000. I said, no, ma'am, Pam, I'm not finna. We gonna be unmatched today. Nobody goes in that laundry room. Who's gonna care? So, ended up getting the dryer for $494, plus adding in all of the new parts, the cord and the tubing, and then they're gonna come and deliver it and install it and take the old one away, so I don't have to worry about any of that, trying to organize a person to come pick it up, and then when we take it, paying a dump fee and all that. They're going to do all of that. So we ended up paying $607, which again included all of the new parts that go with the dryer, the delivery and the haul off. And again, it was still the best money I've ever spent in the best 10 minutes, because all I had to do was, once he told me the price, I went in, did a quick transfer in my bank from baby step number 3 to my main checking account, put in my debit card, and I was living my best life. So that worked out very well. Also, another thing that I did, and I'm going to get into the numbers as well, but I wanted to share this up front. Normally, when I need things, I have sinking funds. But when I need things, sometimes I'm not thinking about my sinking funds. I'm just like, okay, what do I have in my account? Let me just take it from here and do what I got to do. Well, we use the giant rollers for the dog. We roll the furniture all the time because she gets dog hair everywhere. And we're trying to not, when people come to our home, we don't want you to be doggy or dog-haired. So we are rolling. And normally I would have bought the refills. I just would have swiped my debit card and paid for the refills and moved on. However, I have a sinking fund for ma'am. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to take, because I bought it on Amazon, because I don't want to go to Target. Target's where I usually get them. However, Target is on the other side of town from where I am. I never go on that side of town. I was like, Amazon. So I was putting money into the sinking fund for ma'am. I was like, well, let me just leave 20 bucks out. I got 3 of the rollers. They were like $17.91. So I was like, okay, perfect. I'm going to do this. So I took the money, $20 I put in her sinking fund, $20 I left in the main checking account for Capital One 360, added in my Capital One 360 card onto my Amazon, bango, bingo, paid. And that wasn't money that came out of my main checking. It was from the dog, because I have a sinking fund for the dog. And I'm like, Shakema, use the sinking fund for the dog. Also, another thing, if I didn't have the money to pay for the dryer, I have a bit in my taxes fund, which I used that for the dog earlier this year when she got sick, and it's now built back up. So I was going to use that for the dryer. It's just a matter of having funds where I need to have funds. Or I had the money for the termite bond, and that I can pay over time. I can pay it, they give me 90 days. So I was like, I got the money for the termite bond. If I need to use that for the dryer, I'll use it. But and that's not a common practice. So I'm not saying shift your money around. What I'm saying is I was trying to figure it out in my brain, and I had those funds available. Praise God that I've been doing those sinking funds. And so it works out. But again, I had the money in baby step number 3, worked out perfectly for me. I don't have a credit card, which I'm thankful for, because even though I'm debt free, a credit card is just temptation for me. I know me and I know my lifestyle, and I know it just doesn't work. So I don't fool around with stuff like that I know is going to tempt me to spend money I don't have. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue to sink my funds. I'm going to continue to pay bills. Like today, I've got to pay for my 6 months of car insurance. I have a sinking fund for that in my Capital One 360. I'm going to go online, and all I have to do is put in my Capital One 360 debit card, because I have one main checking account, and then I have several savings accounts. I think I have 11 now, 11 savings accounts. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to move the money from the sinking fund for the car insurance to the main checking account, use that debit card number. That is paid for the next 6 months. I pay 6 months at a time. It's what I can do right now. And so I'm okay with that. And that's going to work out for me. I still would love to be able to get to my money quicker than I could with the Capital One 360. And a friend of mine was telling me about another credit union that allows you to put little accounts under there without a fee. So I may look into that and transfer everything over, because it's not local to me, but I can get to it quicker than I can get to Capital One 360. And I like the thought of being able to access my money if I need it in a pinch. But for right now, it is working okay. I'm gonna leave it where it is and live my best life. So let me get my pencil and paper, my notepad, and I'm gonna jump into these numbers. Alrighty, so my Google AdSense came in at $723.96. Now last month we were at like $829 or somewhere in there, so we're down about 100. Could be a little more, but I'm thankful again for whatever comes in, because there is no guarantee that any money will come in. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, last month we were at $727.48, so we're down a little bit over 100. Praise God for what came in. I'm gonna live in that space. Now, with that being said, of course, I go right in and take out my tithe money, which is $73. That's gonna give me $650.96. Now, I do $50 to my Roth. Hopefully one day I'll be able to do more. Right now I'm just trying to get all the main little things that keep coming up. All right, from that I'm gonna do $9 to Pure Flix, which is a sinking fund. So that's gonna give me $591.96. Then I forgot to do my taxes, so I'm gonna do my taxes, which is $108.59. I always save out 15% for taxes. So that's going to give me $483.37. All right, so $483.37. Then I'm going to do $20 for my camera, which is a sinking fund. So that's going to give me $467.37. Then I have $40 for Gracie. And I'm so thankful that I'm able to do a sinking fund for Gracie, which is $423.37. Then I'm doing $85 for my insurance, which is the last sink before I have to pay. So that's going to give me $338.37. Then I'm going to do $20 for my oil change, because I've started that sinking fund. So that's going to give me $318.37. Then I'm doing $100 for my assistant. That's going to give me $218.37. And then $200 is going for the termite bond. And that's going to give me $18.37. And with that $18.37, I needed to pick up a few things Oh, no, $10 went to the P.O. box because we are back saving for the P.O. box. So that gave me $837, and then I needed to get a few things from Dollar Tree, which I haven't gotten yet, but I will get them. So that leaves 37 cents into the main account. And I'm just gonna leave it that way for right now. Normally I take whatever change and dump it into baby step number 3, but it's fine to be there because it's not very much. So totally transferred into my Capital One 360 account, I transferred in $482.59. Some things will come out of my main bank, but the majority of the things, like my tithe and my Roth, will come out of the main. But everything else after that, and then my virtual assistant, that comes out of my main, and then everything else comes out of the Capital One 360 account. So I shifted monies over into the sinking funds of $482.59. Takes about 2 days to do the transfer, so I try to go ahead and do it quickly when I'm able. And so that worked out just fine right there. All right, I'm gonna just put this other on the next day because actually I'm at work most of the day, so I don't have any appointments. Oh no, today is Thursday. Oopsie, I was writing on the wrong, well, we're good, it's all good. So my child support was $208.54. So child support came in at $208.54, and I'm going to take out $21 for tithe, which gives me $187.54. Then I'm going to take out $25 for the kids' savings, so that's $12.50 a piece. So that's going to give me $162.54. Then I'm going to take out $35 for piano. We're hopeful to have a piano lesson next week. So that'll give me $127.54. And then I need $27 I'm going to take out for gas, which will give me $154. And then I'm going to take $100 and use it for the trees. The trees that I'm having put in the backyard, and I'm going to share that with you guys as well when he comes to do it. It's been raining here for days and days, so I don't know that he'll come this week. But I figured because I have to pay $680, if I pay him $100 every week, because he's going to let me pay overtime. So if I pay $100 every week for the next 6 weeks, I'll have it paid if I'm able. If not, I get my supplement in October. I can just finish out what I owe him at the end of October. He was fine with that. So that's how that's going to roll out for the child support. In addition to that, I got $59.91 yesterday from Paper Sunday. So if you've used our link, thank you so much. That was a blessing. I did not expect anything to come from there. So that was a blessing. So I did $6 in tithe, and that left $53.91. Now, this money, which wasn't anticipated, I actually did spend this. I'm working on a video for you guys. I haven't started it yet, but I'm working on it. So $50, no, it was actually $52 and some change. I don't remember what the change was, so we're just gonna say 52. And that's gonna leave $1.91 in that account. So this is for a video that I'm doing. That was $52. I haven't gotten the video done yet, but I don't anticipate it taking me overly long to get it done. So I'm hopeful to get started working on this one today, and it'll probably be out within the next 2 weeks or so. So that's for a video. And then that left $1.91 in the account, which we're just gonna let that ride. So there it is, you guys. Kind of a lot of things happening. This was one of those weeks we didn't anticipate, but thankful that everything that came in at the right time. It's always God's timing for us, and that what we need to do can be done. So if you've not heard anything else from me, listen to this very carefully. If you are able, please, please, please work on your debt, because we were able to go right over and take care of getting the purchase of that dryer. No problems. I went back home yesterday. The dishwasher seems to be going crazy again. Not really sure. I'm gonna try to run some vinegar through it again to see if that's the issue. But things aren't made the way they, and guess what? Our warranty is out. Warranty went out in June. Come on, man, come on. So the warranty is out. He tried to sell me a warranty yesterday, a 3-year warranty for the dryer. I said no. Thinking about it, if I, say that the dryer that I had was $600, I'm gonna divide it by 11 years. It's like $55 a year, which, and I think it was even older than that. So I'm gonna give it, give it 13 years, $46 a year. So I'm going to maybe start putting that amount into an account for appliances, maybe. But I didn't want to spend the extra $86 for 3 years when, the dryer, it lasted 11 years. I'm thankful for that. And we do get a year's warranty with it. So that was a blessing. So yeah, if you can deal with those debt sources, deal with them, please, as hard as you can. I know you want to spend your money. I know you want to be able to take that tax credit and do whatever. And I think, honestly, that's the extra money that I had in the baby step, because I put $450 into the baby step just this month on the 15th. So that was the dryer. Well, that was your child credit. Well, my children, the childs need dry clothes. So we're going to live that best life. And again, sometimes I do have a little bit of, I have some guilt sometimes about the child support if I need groceries or gas. But then I've had to think, they got taekwondo and dance and every other thing I got to drive them to, gas. They got to eat, groceries. So I'm not going to feel guilty about it anymore. I'm just going to do what I need to do with the finances that come into the household. Do I try to float them? Absolutely. But if it comes in and Dad's sending it and we need to get something, I'm going to get it and not feel bad about it. And I'm not going to feel bad. Let me say this. I'm not going to feel bad about getting myself something, because I always choose my children over me. This is a season where Shakema is choosing Shakema as well as the children. So I went the other day, I had a few extra dollars and I bought a makeup palette for myself. I know you've been seeing some of the posts on the community tab. I'm celebrating 45. I'm celebrating the new woman that God is bringing me into. I'm celebrating this season of my life. And I'm not going to feel bad because I spend $13 on an eye palette. No, I'm not. That I'm going to just spend it and move on with my entire life. And that's just how it's going to be. So again, I'm going to live. I'm going to enjoy. I'm going to live the life that God has set before me and not feel guilty about the money. And I can do that now. I was not able to do that before because I don't have the debt looming over my head. So that's the key that I'm trying to push home. If you can, by whatever means that you have, that you can either get a day job or your spouse gets a new job or you cut back on some expenses. I'm even thinking about for Christmas this year, instead of buying gifts, buy an experience for my kids. We've had all the gifts and we got all the things, and then we have to clean up all the things, and then Mom ends up throwing away half the things. You know, do we want an experience? Do we want to go out to California and see Shakema instead of doing Christmas at home? Do we want to spend the money to fly? I don't know what that would be. Do we want to say, hey, meet us in Arizona or whatever's middle way between where we are and where she is, and we get a B&B and we spend the week together? I don't know. But I'm looking at experiences now versus things. And this 45 experience for me is what I guess what people would say is everything. It's everything. I actually, and I'm not a vain person. I hope I don't come off that way. I try not to be. But I looked at myself in the mirror this morning and I had to do a double take. Like, who is this girl? Who are you? Who is this woman looking back at you? And I've seen myself every day for the last all of my life. And it's still different. It was like, oh my God, where did you come from? And what is happening? Like, this thing is happening. And I'm very, very thankful that the thing is happening. And as long as I am able, I'm going to continue to enjoy this season of my life with my children. Now, there are some upcoming expenses. The trees, $680. The termite bond, $650. So that's another $1,300. I want to get that huge tree out of my front yard because we right now have to go out. Probably Jackson and I on Saturday will be out there raking leaves. That's another $1,000. So that probably won't be until another year from now before I can get that tree out of the yard. My neighbor did say she would pay for half of it, but that was 2 years ago. She offered that, so we'll see. So $1,000 for that was the quote that I got. So we'll see but it's a goal. It's a goal to plan for. Alana's car. She's still not ready to drive. Alana is just not ready. Sister is very mature in some things. She is immature in other things. And I'm grateful for that she is not so ready to be out from under mom. She's got her little friend that comes over and they do things. And so sometimes she'll try to, they'll go to a store, Walmart or Target or wherever. And I've been giving her little, places that they could go because they're always trying to figure out, what should we do? They're boring little kids. So I'm like, okay, why don't y'all go thrift together? Or why don't y'all go, this place or try this place? So I'm trying to encourage her, and she does pay her little friend gas. When I told her, don't you expect anybody to travel you around. If you're going, well, Mom, it's a group. I get it. It's a group, but you're going to be the standout in the group because you're going to be the person in the group that pays gas. Listen, I don't expect you to come travel the group around, or at least me anyway. And that little girl's got to put gas in her car as well. So I always tell Alana, make sure you have some extra. That way you can, even if she doesn't want to take it because she's like, no, I'm good. Leave it right there in the little cup holder and she'll find it when she finds it. But we are going to do our part. But she is not ready to drive a car. She's just not ready. And I'm okay with that. I'm learning how to be okay with where my children are in this season. So I still have to save up some for that, but I think I've got at least another year or two before she's ready to drive. She'll be 18 in January. I think by the time she turns 19, 20, she might be ready to drive. She just gets really nervous. We are going to give her some experience, so I'm going to check her thing. She just finished up driver's ed, so I need to see how long we have for her certificate to get her permit. So at least we can get her permit, and then she can get a little bit of practice in. I'd love for her to have her permit for a year and then practice. That'll give Dad some time to save up as well as me, because we did commit to helping her purchase her first car. We were unable to do that with our older children. Do I feel bad about that? Yeah. But am I going to let it beat me down? Not today. So anywho, that was a little bit of chit chat in there, just kind of show you guys where we are and how things are shaping up for us. We are in a very good spot mentally as far as finances are concerned, only because we've gotten rid of the debt. Now I'm able to tell my money where to go and not have my money tell me where it needs to go. So that's the thing. And it was hard. It was hard because I would come into a windfall or that stimulus, and I wanted to be able to have pay this car off, pay this bill off, get Gazelle Intense, Shakema. I paid off $4,800 worth of debt in 1 year, and I hadn't paid off $4,800 worth of debt in the 9 years previous. So it was like, oh my God, it's just a mindset shift. It's what will I be able to do after I'm done with this? I know it's hard to give your money, but it's the better way, in my opinion, only because I'm on the other side of it now. So anywho, I hope that's an encouragement. Wherever you are, be thankful where you are. And the Lord blesses. He blesses. I have some money in my ministry account that someone blessed the ministry, and that's going to help pay for the Google meetings over the next year. It's $10. It's $10. It's $7. We got a deal at $7.99. But so it'll change like $10 in January. So a $10 here, a $10 there, it comes in. I pay for that, no problem. Don't worry about it. But I'm going to start taking that $10 out of the ministry account, dumping it into my main account when it's time for that money to roll out, instead of just taking out my main, out of my main account, which I've always done, because it's all one thing. It's one pot. Wherever I need it from, there's where it goes. I'm saving on Jackson's homeschool. We actually were able to save the whole amount at the very beginning. So that works out really good. And I'm going to do that instead of trying to nickel and dime it here if I'm able, because right now I'm only doing Jackson. I don't have sister as well. So that $50 one time doesn't seem so much. And I'm going to try to, and there was $100 left from last time, like 111. So because he's doing a coding class, which is an extra expense. So just for some electives he may want to do next year. That's if we decide to homeschool. We may look at doing the early college high school for him. I'm not real sure. Jackson is 12 and he would be just turning 13 going into high school. So I don't know if mature, he can do the work. But maturity wise, I gotta wage that. I gotta gauge it. But I would like for him to go to the STEM school. My sister actually just told me about a coding program. So we're gonna take a look at that. We're still in between whether we wanna go back to Taekwondo or not. I didn't appreciate him breaking his hand and not getting the feedback I thought I should have gotten as a parent and as a person that's been there for 6 years. But that's mom holding that, the Lord is working on me. I would have maybe treated it different, but I'm on this side of it, and saying that could have been, I would have done the same thing. So I'm prayerful about whether we will go back to Taekwondo or not, or just look into the coding. He does need exercise. He does need to move around, and he enjoys it. So I may have to take this one and just overlook it for now. Once sister turns 18, I told her she would have to pick up her dance lessons and she would have to pick up her gym membership. So once she turns 18, she's going to start getting a little bit more responsibility with some of her expenses. I'll either pay for piano because that's a little bit more, and then she will roll off of child support at some point. So I have to start setting myself up so I'm not running in the hole, but setting her up so that when she decides to move, she says probably by the time she's 21, she will be in a good position to be able to know what expenses are and how much it's going to cost her and how many hours she has to work and all the things. So I've rambled on, but I hope something that I said was helpful to you. I know everybody doesn't agree with the way I do my budget, but I'm not asking for agreement. I'm just sharing with you what I do, and prayerfully hoping that something that I share will help you with what you do. So there that is. I forgot to mention, I need to get a haircut, and Jackson needs a haircut, and we need to get it before next week. So I'm thinking that I may have to shift over enough haircut money from baby step number 3, just because I have some money in that account that I can use for a haircut. My hair is growing in now to the point where the curls are starting to curl up a little bit better. So I don't want to lose any of the height, but I do want to define my part, and I do want to kind of fade out the sides and the back just to kind of clean it up for the next. I'm hoping to do my photo shoot in October, and I do have the money saved for that, and I do have some outfits picked out for that. So prayerfully, October, I will be able to get that photo shoot done, and then for the holiday season be able to release some of those pictures, because 45, look, I'm celebrating 45 all year. Some people celebrate the month. I started late in the celebration phase, so I'm starting now and I'm celebrating until I turn 46, and I've decided to celebrate that too in Jesus' name, because again, between 38 and 45 is 7. That's the year of completion. In 46, which will be the 8th year, that is the year of new beginnings. And I'm going to enjoy every single thing that I can about this life that God gave me, because he is so very, very good. If you don't hear anything else I say on these videos, please know that God cares for you. He loves you. Everything that concerns you concerns him. He will give you supernatural strategy to get yourself to a better place in him if you will ask him, and then if you will do what he tells you to do. So there that is. I'm living my best life. I'm praying for a few more speaking engagements and opportunities to go out and share some of the things that God is helping me to understand in this season of my life. And I'm very thankful. God's just done an amazing things amazing thing and amazing things for me and an amazing thing in me. He's changed my mind radically, and I'm just very, very thankful for that. So anywho, you guys, there it is. Hope this was helpful. If you liked the video, be sure and thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. Hit that little bell. That way you never miss an upload from us. We are so extremely thankful and grateful to have you as a part of our YouTube community, and we love you guys. Nothing you can do about that. We'll see you next time. Bye now.